everyone. Uh, on behalf of Let Us Talk, I would like to welcome Ms. Shruti Hassan to our show. Of course, she's a name with so many qualities and so many artistic. She has created a name in all the artistic fields, which could define her as an identity and as an authentic person. So to start with, Shruti, I'll just like to give you a very small brief about Let Us Talk. We at Let Us Talk is an organization where we work upon awareness on mental health. So we try to promote mental wellness rather than illness. So, there's a huge difference. So we just try to promote wellness. And we are a team of coaches. We have therapists with us. We have psychiatrists with us. And we have like a good team of people who is always available 24 into 7 for person, those who need us or those who really require us in the times of in the time which is called a dark phase in the life. So this is a very small thing which we do at Let Us Talk. And now if we talk about Shruti, Shruti is like uh, a multi-talented girl, and all of her talent includes like dancing, singing, acting, composing. And she has worked in the movies in Telugu language, Tamil language, and she has done very good and prominent movies in Hindi as well. So welcome, Shruti, here.
Thank you so much.
So yes, I know we are a bit late, but I won't take too much of time from you. So to start with a very basic question, I would like to know, the time which everyone is going through right now, the lockdown and all, the mental health has been always, in particular this time, the mental health is a primer concern for everyone. But whereas in your case, if we talk about, you have always been vocal about your health, about your mental health, about the subject which were taboo during the time when you started discussing about it. So, what was your motivation to discuss these things in public, where it was not considered to, no one was vocal about it during that particular time?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I can't I really love what you said about focusing on mental wellness, and I think my journey through my anxiety, really anxiety has been my biggest problem, and it was very hard to assess what it was. It just mostly made me feel inadequate and strung out and like um, at the edge of everything all the time. And after a point, your nerves, your nervous system, your mind, all of it just gets so exhausted. When I took a break and worked on recovery for myself, that's when I realized that I want to focus on this. Like when you have a friend and you say you have a problem and they're able to say, well, this might be a solution, that's actually more empowering than sitting together and saying we're both like feeling awful, you know? So I think my motivation was to let people know that it's comfortable and it's okay and that it's not taboo, to destigmatize it. So I like to do what I want to see. Yeah.
That's a very beautiful message, Shruti. Actually, we at Let Us Talk also try to communicate the same thing. It's okay. It's okay if you don't feel good, but it is not at all okay when you give up upon it. So the way you have fought this thing and the way you have been very brave about facing all these things is something really like an inspiration for people, those who are facing it and those who are very shy to express it.
Thank you.
So how was your journey in all total? From if we talk about a stage one, stage two, or the point where you are right now, how did you overcome it? So if you have to talk it about journey of yours, how was it?
It was very confusing. I think I've suffered with anxiety from childhood. I had OCD, like repetitive patterns that I didn't recognize as being an illness. I had like knocking on, when you say knock on wood, and you have to be so careful about around kids. Like the more you put superstitions, the more like it's easy for them to lean on these things, So I used to like knock on wood 24 times over, 4 times. Like I had all these weird calculations which used to make me feel better, but not really. They were just repetitive patterns that I was doing. I mean, I didn't talk to anybody about it. I felt like it was weird, and I think a lot of people feel that way when they're going through something, even if they're sad, even if they're upset. Um, I think there's a very thin line between saying, come on, we can feel better, chin up and move forward. That's a good message. But it's not a good message if you don't address first what's underneath the chipper outer layer. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm fine. Nobody is capable of being perfectly fine. It's not a human condition to be perfectly positive and fine. And to recognize that it is a human condition to have anxieties, that was the biggest step for me. I had been through therapy when I was a teenager, but I didn't even know how to communicate like what it was that I was feeling. I think for somebody with anxiety to then join a high pressure job, really, where you're in front of people, you're being scrutinized all the time, my anxiety really peaked. Still, I just felt inadequate and I felt like I wasn't performing to the degree that was expected of me. I felt my emotions were always getting in the way, but I felt like when I had to perform, my emotions were freezing up. It was a big dilemma inside. Step number one for me was to acknowledge that something wasn't okay. I still suffer from anxiety and I have ways of dealing with it. Talking with therapy, talk therapy has been the most helpful for me, as well as anxiety, like in certain areas of my body that I work with, that I acknowledge now. And I think part of my healing has not been to like hatao usko. It's actually to acknowledge the parts that are broken and to make it something new from whatever's broken.